Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to talk about some Doctor Who artwork. Now, most of you know by now that in Region A, basically in North America, they will be releasing a Doctor Who box set containing Series 1 through 13 of all of modern Doctor Who. Basically contains all of modern Who up through Power of the Doctor. They have recently revealed the artwork for that. Briefly, I noticed it wasn't up very long, and it's actually tricky to find now, which is odd. But going by what was shown, and I did get a chance to look over it, plus I've seen some of the other YouTube videos showing it all, I wasn't impressed. I'll be honest, I didn't find it that impressive. First off, the front cover, well, they spread the Doctors out where each Doctor's kind of on a different part of it, and they put Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor on the front. That's not so much shooting yourself in the foot as it is sawing off the whole leg. Why would you do that? I guess they did it because she's the most recent one. I think that's a bad call. I don't want a box set sitting on the shelf with the front facing out with Whittaker staring me right in the face. Like, I could do that on an individual collection set, like Doctor Who The Collection for Modern Who, I could do that. But for all of Modern Who, I think having Whittaker on the front, bad idea. I'm really not impressed with the art anyway. It's too open. There's a lot of open space that's not used. I really don't like how they spread the Doctors out and how they have them so small on it. I would have preferred a more up-close shot of them. Personally, I think they should have put all of the Doctors on the front. Not just like a little cheap Photoshop picture. That would have been boring. But like, you know, you should have gotten Lee Binding to do this, or like Alice to do this. People who are really good at doing Doctor Who art. Claudia would have been great for this. And had them do like all the Doctors in a way that where it worked on the front. I would have liked that. Instead, you have Whittaker on the front. You also have Joe Martin on the front. And it's nice that they include the Fugitive Doctor and the War Doctors on the box sets. That is nice. Whereas Tennant and Smith have to share the back. Eccleston and the War Doctor have a side, and Capaldi's relegated also to just a little side. Now, for some people displaying them with the sides out, they'll either see Eccleston or they'll see Capaldi. Maybe that'll work for them. But one, the Doctors themselves on the covers, they're too small. The way they're done kind of in the background. Also, they're too dark. Like, they're almost blackened out. Like, you can only kind of hazily see. It's more their silhouettes than them. You can barely see them. I really don't like that. It's not attention getting at all, that part. Now, the one thing I do like about the art is the colors really pop. Especially the colors used for Jodie, Chris, and David. Now, those kind of bland colors used for Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi, I don't really care for. But the orange they use for Eccleston, that beautiful blue they use for Tennant, and that red they use for Whittaker all work really well. And I will admit, that does make the box set art pop. Like, it's noticeable. You want to look at it. That's impressive. That I like. Everything else I don't care for. I don't like the little mountain landscape they're supposed to be standing on. It looks generic and boring. The little whatever that is overhead, like asteroids. It looks like a way to fill space. Well, we need to fill more space so we don't have so much open space. We put a mountain here and some asteroids. Yeah, done. It just smacks of laziness. Again, like, I like the kind of the backgrounds with the colors that pop, most of them. And I like the Gallifreyan writing looks really good. The backgrounds there do kind of pop. But overall, I think it just looks lazy. Again, I would have much rather had Lee Binding got a hold of this, or Alice or Claudia have gotten a hold of this. As it is, it looks a bit boring besides the colors popping. I don't like the poses they picked for some of the Doctors. Some of them it's fine, some of them it's not. I don't like the one they picked for Capaldi at all. I don't like the art on the individual sets because it's pretty much the same art as the box. That feels lazy. Of course, Tennant and Eccleston share one with that beautiful blue and orange, which, you know, I wish they each kind of had one of their own, but Eccleston only has one series. But they use the same art for the Doctors, even though you can actually see the Doctors now on the individual sets in the box set that they do for the whole cover of the box set. And to me, that just feels lazy. I feel like you could have done something more there. It feels slapped together, honestly. For something that's supposed to be celebrating all of Doctor Who for its 60th anniversary, it feels really slapped together to me. Like somebody got in Photoshop and went, and done. It doesn't impress me. It's not something I'm going to get. I probably wouldn't have gotten it anyway. I don't really need it. I'm fine mostly with what I got. Although if I did have it, at least I wouldn't have to pull out my steel books because I prefer to leave them sitting on the shelf. But then again, I have the David Tennant years right here, and to be honest, the old upscales are fine for me. I don't have to have the new ones. I may get the new ones and import them from the UK at some point, but it's not a must-have. My TV's probably not, my 720 TV is probably not going to know the difference anyway. When I get a 4K TV, maybe I'll resort to the new upscales. We'll see. But it's just, I don't feel like I need the set. And then seeing that initial art with Whitaker on the front, they should have used Tennant. You know, like Tennant's such a popular doctor. Tennant's coming back as the doctor. You should have put the Tennant doctor on the front. He's the most popular. Or maybe Capaldi, because he's also, you know, arguably the most popular between the modern doctors. I just think putting Whitaker on the front was a bad idea. I'm sure they did it because she was the most recent, but I think it was a bad idea. Also, I really think they should have just waited until after the Tennant specials and released this. I guess they just want to release those individually first to make their big money off those. We're going to have Shooty probably for 3 or 4 years, so it just seems like it would have been better to box Tennant specials in with this, but I guess they want to release those either individually or as a set by themselves first, because the PBC's all about their money, which to be fair, most companies are all about their money, honestly. But yeah, I would have rather them had the 14th Doctor stories on it. Then you could add the 14th Doctor on the front, or the 13th and 14th Doctor on the front. I don't know. What do you think of the art? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? I don't really care for it myself. But comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Other things to do. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. That helps me out, and I certainly appreciate it. I did recently crack 1,000 subscribers. I certainly appreciate each and every one of you. I am very excited about that. Already planning my 1K celebration video. I think we're going to be ranking the companions from worst to best. That will be a long live stream. It will be a live stream. So stay tuned for that. I also have a Patreon. If you would like to support me on that, there is a link to that down in the description below. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Colin Coney, and Finn Perkins. I do appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. It does mean a lot. I have a P.O. box if you would like to send me anything to look at and review, Doctor Who related or otherwise. I have an Amazon wish list as well with plenty of non-Doctor Who stuff on it too. I think I just put a couple Star Trek box sets on it just a couple days ago if anyone wants to check that out. And most importantly, thank you for watching.